As usual, nobody wants to explain anything to me. They just threaten and harass me instead. What does everyone think I am? Some sort of talking pet? They're the ones that dragged me all the way up here in the first place. Bastards. I shouldn't have bothered coming out. Might as well head back to my room. I just wanted to go back. To Dahna. To my home.
Alphen.
Niori.
Live for me.
No. Niori. No! Wait, please. Wait, I... What was that? That... How long ago was that? That's right. Shionne. Oh, right. That's what pain felt like. So much for it all being a bad dream. Where am I? Where is everyone? I need to find them. Better start looking. Niori. Shionne. Stardust! Be still! Mirage! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Lightning thrust! Mirage! I have no limits! Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Pierce through! Sonic thrust! Be still! Mirage! Be still! Mirage! Be still! Mirage! Be still! Mirage! Pierce through! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Swallow blade! Slash! Swallow blade! It's on! Eat dirt! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Dazzle! Mirage! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Be still! Mirage! I can't move! Be still! Mirage! Be still! Mirage! Be still! Mirage! Be still! Mirage! Dazzle! Dazzle! Mirage! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Dazzle! Mirage! Be still! Mirage! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Dazzle! Mirage! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Be still! Mirage! Lightning thrust! Mirage! This one's all mine! Eat dirt! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Dazzle! Mirage! Lightning thrust! Dazzle! Mirage! Be still! Dazzle! Mirage! Sonic thrust! Crit! Next! Mirage! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Dazzle! Be still! Mirage! Dazzle! Mirage! Be still! Mirage! Dazzle! Stardust! Be still! Mirage! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Dazzle! You picked the wrong fight! Dazzle! Mirage! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Dazzle! Mirage! Lightning thrust! Mirage! Be still! Mirage! Be still! Mirage! Dazzle!
Alphen?
Finwell!
What happened just now? Normally you'd be able to take that thing with your eyes closed.
Thank goodness you're alive. Are you all right?
Yeah.
I'm just glad we found you in one piece. You were the only one still missing. There's a village back the way we came from, Thistlein. Kisara and La are already there.
Rinwell, where are we?
Ganeth Heros, Volron's realm. Remember?
Ushered by the waves straight to the enemy stronghold. A rare stroke of luck, it would seem.
Luck?
If Volron's here, that means Shionne's close too, right?
Shionne? Oh. Right. Of course.
Are you sure you're feeling okay? You seem a little off.
He's probably just exhausted. Let's save the catching up for when we're back at the village.
I think Hootle senses an owl around here.
Retreat if you know what's good for you.
Lightning control!
I owe you one.
Thunderblade! Dance in the wind! Air if it's hot! Dispatch it out again! Spread! Raging cascade! Spread!
An astral point?
That's my cue!
Shut him down! Not today!
I'll face you.
Raging cascade!
Elusive deity.
Raging cascade!
Double demon fang!
Spread!
Finish it! Alphen! In an instant! Impact block! Here I come! It's over!
Raging cascade! Spread! Raging cascade!
Rising
Spread!
focus!
Raging cascade!
Double demon fang!
Raging cascade!
No further.
Demon fang!
Spread! Raging cascade! Arch sealed! Magic not on my watch!
Take this! No escape!
Spread! Blah blah blah! Spread!
Finish
Darling!
Light burst forth.
Radiant Genesis!
Could have been worse.
Speaking of... The whole town was built by Dahna defectors. This area's teeming with stray Zook. The ordeals he... Say, Alphen.
Yeah.
And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh!
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation and simply keep an eye on him.
Right. Hmm? You're saying we should check the owl forest?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Shionne.
There's
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dahna. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Dahnan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed inside me.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess, they were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegus is true, then maybe you really did meet Shionne. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shionne said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shionne I knew from Lenegus. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the spirit channeling ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shionne? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shionne Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the spirit channeling ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dahna. More than 300 years ago.
300? But that'd make Alphen...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock. Listen, what you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shionne? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shionne too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shionne's rescue? What do the others think?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, every new piece of information, I am well aware. More to the point. And then again, I learned the same history.
Speaking of which, there's something...
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what...
Oh, I have never... And you never participated. Well...
Who the...
If I may...
Frank.
Sometimes... Not to compete over...
Thanks for...
Please.
What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sort of.
All I know is Shionne needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenig?
I came down in a Renan starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dahna and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renans, performing. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense.
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renan society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, be it
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting, to strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But, if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Shionne and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or two ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shionne, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shionne were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shionne must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shionne or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kind of my forte.
Come on, man, snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shionne.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shionne?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shionne's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shionne or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shionne. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people! If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember,
We've all got our...
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no Zugo.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then. I'll smash you!
raging
They're
cat!
on.
Bet
We're
that
interrupted.
shell's hiding something tasty.
Dance in the wind!
Pretty well.
It's nothing. I'm alright. I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar!
Benediction.
Raging
The enemy
Cascade!
wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that. Dance in the wind!
Too strong.
Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest.
Air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Down! You're off!
Shattering the pieces! Attack time!
Dance in the wind! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
Yeah!
Can't get out of this.
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Raging!
I can carve through armor! I'm ready!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could protect the village, especially after everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, this limb kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Shionne comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Shionne, then we defeat Volron, and liberate Dahna. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there.
Okay. Damn.
What?
Is that so?
Okay.
Great job.
I'll teach these small fry who's the apex predator of these waters. Just watch and see.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves now.
I guess we're... By the way... Wait.
It's not like...
All of the other crew...
I see.
Perhaps he could... We don't know. We all washed up.
Do you think he might...
I think strange whether he's alive.
Fine. Thistlein was founded by Danans, but when you first...
They almost did.
Even the weird Danans, just like...
When you live life in constant fear of being...
I suppose that makes sense.
You saw how destitute the village was?
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shionne?
Of course not. Shionne's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shionne, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara. I think Hoodle senses an owl around here.
No choice. Be still!
This one's hard!
Tiger Blade!
Benediction light.
Heal!
I'll take out the legs with my shield.
Mirage! You picked the wrong fight!
Tiger Blade!
This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you!
Ready for God! One more!
Everyone, get back! It's too dangerous!
Tiger Blade!
Raging Cascade!
Now
Who
you've
cares?
gone and ticked me off!
Hoodle!
Going in!
Pay for that!
From beyond,
This one's
imbue this
mine.
vanquished soul with love.
Tiger Blade!
Benediction
Still not
light.
to fight like this!
Benediction light.
Raging Cascade!
Benediction light.
Raging Cascade!
Take this!
These bad guys really don't mess around.
Feels like I'm...
Calaglio,
I can hardly breathe.
It's all this vegetation.
What's needed at...
and where do you...
What about you, Alf?
Yeah. I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, Even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
Is that the Zoogle we were told to dispatch?
Hey, what do you think about that spot?
Good idea. I'll go for that one. Huh. Time to try a different spot. All right. We can get a good meal out of this fella.
We can make a real feast out of this bad boy.
Reel it in. She's got a good size to her, all told.
That fish put up a fight. Good catch.
I've got something. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
Nice! You caught it!
Time to try a different spot. Yeah! There we go. Anybody could reel in that.
Guess it's important to stay calm.
All right. I'll get you next time. Ha! I've got something. Anybody could reel in that.
That went pretty well.
There we go. I'll catch something bigger next time.
You take your fishing pretty seriously.
Wouldn't it be easier to simply use astral arts to catch the fish and be done with it?
That misses the whole point of going out to fish. Yeah! Oh, we've got a lively one. That was disappointing. Could it be? I didn't think I'd catch something this big.
You tamed a real beast.
Yeah! There we go. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Nice work!
Ha! Okay, change of plans. I've got something. Anybody could reel in that.
Guess it's important to stay calm.
I've got something. Boy, that's a bit of a letdown.
Maybe you could keep it as a pet.
I've got a good feeling about this one. I did it! But I'm not gonna quit now.
Remarkable. You're top of the food chain.
Now where might those fish be? Yeah! All right, once more from the top. I've got something. Anybody could reel in that.
That went pretty well.
I've got something. Well, it's not bad, per se.
You take your fishing pretty seriously.
All right. That's not a fish I see often.
I see you've gotten even better at this.
Yeah! Reel it in. Well, that wasn't much of a challenge.
That went pretty well.
Ha! Time to try a different spot. I've got something. That wasn't much of a challenge.
Nice! You caught it!
All right. That's not a fish I see often.
There certainly are a wide array of fish on Dahna.
Hup. All right, once more from the top. All right, once more from the top. Yeah! Time to try a different spot. All right, once more from the top. Okay, change of plans. All right, once more from the top. Time to try a different spot. I've got a good feeling about this one. You've got to know when to quit. Time to try a different spot. Okay, change of plans. All right, once more from the top. Okay, change of plans. All right, once more from the top. Hup. All right, once more from the top. Okay, change of plans. All right, once more from the top. I've got something. I'll get you next time. Okay, change of plans. Okay, change of plans. Okay, change of plans. Ha! Okay, change of plans. Time to try a different spot. There we go. You've gotta know when to quit. I've got something. I'll catch something bigger next time.
Maybe you could keep it as a pet.
There it is. That's our target.
An opponent like this should be easy.
Lightning condemn!
I'll smash you!
Allow me to help you.
Thunderblade! Raging King! Are those arms even natural? Dance in the wind!
Air pressure!
Air thrust! Raging cascade! Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
I'm ready!
Lost! Demon's descent!
Flashing bang!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Raging cascade! Spread! Raging cascade!
Heal! One more!
Raging cascade!
Coloring Alpha!
Spread!
Blew away!
Quite. Necessary when creating weaponry.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia Pride.
Go no further!
Take this!
Raging cascade!
Take it! Blew away!
Eagle fly! Raging cascade!
Take
Spread! Raging
Armor
cascade!
won't save you!
Spread!
Take it!
Raging Raging Cascade!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Raging Cascade!
Not today!
Thanks!
I can handle it.
Fred! Raging Cascade! Fred! Raging
ready.
Cascade! Fred! Raging Cascade!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Demon Fang!
Fred! Raging Cascade! Raging Cascade! Fred!
Elusive deity! I'll face you!
Raging
Finish
Cascade!
it!
Zara! Frozen!
Hammer!
Little help!
Can't get out of this!
Raging Cascade! If they rush you, you gotta jump
Not
for cover,
today.
okay?
Armor won't save you!
I can handle it.
You're done!
Denied! Do it!
Raging Cascade!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
I'll stop its charge.
Thanks, Kisara!
Rising Wyvern!
Raging Cascade!
Elusive
Raging
Demon Fang!
Cascade! Fred!
Swallow Demon Fang!
Fred!
Felt fine not too long ago. Double Demon
Fred!
Destruction!
How much longer will our healing arts last?
Little help! Fred! Raging Cascade! Fred! Raging Cascade! Fred! Raging Cascade!
Use too much. This one's mine!
Fred! Raging
Sonic
Cascade!
Thrust!
Failure's not an option!
Rising Wyvern!
Raging Cascade!
Carve through. What's this?
Fred! I'll take it from here. Let's see how you handle this! Deus Roar! Raging Cascade!
Sonic Thrust! Rising Wyvern!
Denied!
Raging Cascade!
I'm on it!
Fred! Raging Cascade!
Eagle
Fred! Raging Cascade!
Eagle
Fred! Raging Cascade!
Devastation! Finish it! Dragon Swarm!
Hey! Anyone else think this might be a touch too dangerous?
Ridwell's right. We should fall back to regroup and try again later. Gotta break through!
Raging Cascade!
Take this!
Fred! Raging Cascade!
Be still!
Fred!
Rising Falcon!
Raging Cascade! Fred!
Hurricane Thrust! This one's mine!
Fred! Raging
You're mine!
Fred!
Finish! Double me! In an instant! Impact Block!
Raging Cascade! Fred! Raging Cascade!
Denied!
Fred! Raging Cascade! Fred! Raging
Finish
Cascade!
it! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
My exploits are bearing fruit.